in here? I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Sorry guys. Welcome. I'm sorry. I'm Justin, the instructor. Welcome to the PaintHouse. Come on in. I completely forgot that you guys were coming and I got sidetracked and I fell asleep and sorry. Forgive me. Leave your stuff by the door and then I'm going to show you around and kind of get you acclimated to our new space. So, the PaintHouse is a space where you're going to learn different tutorials, tips, techniques, and adventures to just bring out your creative genius. So come on guys, let's go. Guys, I'm a little unprepared, so forgive me, but yeah, come on, let me show you around. Sorry, I have to take this. It's a really important phone call. I can't miss this. Greetings.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Oh, stop acting like you don't know who this is, Justin.
Who is this? I don't know who this is.
Yeah, whatever. You remember who I am. Fine, whatever. I'll give you a hint.
A hint.
And
okay,
if you can guess the hint, then you win.
Okay.
So, here's the clues. I'm fuzzy.
You're fuzzy.
Round.
Round.
I love eating bamboo.
Love eating bamboo.
Oh, and one more thing.
Okay.
My name rhymes with the word Randa.
Panda. Okay. Easy. Duh.
This isn't the end. You're not done. Here's the last challenge. If you can paint a picture of me, then you win and I lose. But
that's going to be extremely easy. I have a whole crew of housemates going to help.
All the help you can get from those people watching you.
They're going to help me. We got this. Guys, we got this. We got this. We got this.
Shut up! Get to work. I haven't got all day. Ta-ta for now.
Who are you talking to? Housemates, we have to hold off on our house tour just for a minute. Come with me to the studio and let's solve this mystery, okay? And we have to teach Panda some lessons. Let's go, guys. Hey, all right. So before we begin to use our clues to figure out who this is hiding behind the scenes, we must get our materials together. Now, tell your guardians or your parents that this is what you'll need. You'll need a canvas. If you don't have a canvas, you can use a sheet of paper. Listen, we're all about to have fun. This is not about having the perfect materials. It's not all going to be right. But what we need to do is figure out who this round, fuzzy, and thing that rhymes with Randa, who this is, okay? So our surface would have a canvas. You can even use a piece of cardboard paper. You can use whatever you want, a surface, however you prefer, okay? And for brushes. Now, let me also preface this by saying, any brush, it's a secret that you can use one brush for anything. It's all about how you use the brush, how you use your materials. Your tools can be used and manipulated to however you see fit. It's all about how creative you can be, okay? So, our first brush we have is a 1-inch flat brush. You can find these brushes anywhere, and they are very, very cheap right now, okay? Our second brush is going to be our round 12 brush, okay? Now this is what helps to kind of get more of those circular shapes. You know, we see it's very fine at the tip, you kind of press in and just kind of do this, and this will give you somewhat of a perfect circle, okay? That's our 12 round. Okay, so then we have our palette of colors. So we have 3 of them. Now we have a background color, which is going to be our background, and then we have the color of the panda, all right? So using this for the background, now your background color can be any color you want, any color you choose. We're just here to solve the mystery, all right? And then of course, you have your cup of water. You can get any cup from anywhere, just go fill up some tap water and you're good to go. All right, you ready? Let's begin. Okay, so remember the clues. Panda is round and fluffy, but the first thing that we have to do is we have to give a background for Panda to come out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our flat 1-inch brush or whatever brush you have local to you, and we're going to grab some of our background color first. Now, we're going to just load that on the tip of your bristles, and we're going to paint using vertical meaning up and down. We're making up and down brush strokes going across the entire canvas, okay? So with that orange, or my color's orange, on the tip of my bristles, I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to make some vertical brush strokes. Now, my canvas size is 9 by 12. And of course, right now, a lot of the craft stores are closed for business. But if you did want to purchase a frame, the frame, again, it's a 9 by 12. So if you wanted a 9 by 12 frame for this painting, feel free. You can grab them. They're on Amazon right now. You can also go to Walmart. But right about now, we want people to stay inside. So let's not do that. Let's just, for now, focus on covering the entire canvas with our background color. Now, feel free to paint the sides, the top and the bottom. So if you notice, we're talking about the sides, the tops, and the bottom here, all right? So if you wanna do that, go right ahead. But right now, I am in such a hurry to get this panda out. I wanna see her, and we gotta, we have to address Panda's manners because, Panda said some not so nice words, when I was excited with you guys. So we have to get this taken care of and get Panda up out of there. We gotta have a talk, okay? All right, so looky here. We're already halfway over getting our background color in. And if you notice, if you do vertical brush strokes in the same way, if you keep your brush strokes consistent, your surface will be very, very even. Even meaning that you don't see any changes in how the paint is showing up on the canvas if you paint it all in one direction. Let me show you what happens if I were to change my brushstroke direction in the middle. So if I wanted to break up that pattern, I would, do a horizontal brushstroke like that. Now, please feel free to paint however you see fit. But at the same time, we're going to make this fun and educational. I want to teach you just a couple tricks that you can use to make you a great artist and to dig out all of the mysteries in your mind, okay? So looky here. Look at that. Completely covered. We have our background. We're ready to get Panda, but the first thing we must do is understand that this has to dry. So we have to give it a little bit of time. If you have a blow dryer, now will be a great time to whip out that blow dryer and you can dry up your canvas and then prepare for step 2. Okay, so before we begin our next step, the most important thing is to remember that we want to take care of our brushes. These are going to be our tools moving forward to really help discover and uncover the mysteries all around, all right? So we have to rinse these out first. This is what our water's for. You take your brush, get that in there, and you want to just scrub the bottom, push that water around, not too rough, not too rough, not too rough. Be careful. You want to scrub all this out. Okay, look at that. See if there's a little more left, and then do a little more scrubbing. You can make a circle, clockwise motion. Make a little, look at that, little cyclone in the water. All right, look at that. So we've saved our tools. See here? Then you can kind of just use whatever surface that you have, like a paper towel. This is absorbent, so it's here to absorb all this excess water. So I'm gonna wipe that out here. But you use a paper towel, and how you would use that, let me show you. You would take your paper towel or your rag and simply just grab the bristles and just hold them and just squeeze them as you're going up. So grab at the base of the brush and just go up like that. All right. And that's going to keep your tools in good condition. All right, then you set that off to the side. Okay, so now that we are dry, next is to really discover Panda. Okay, so after letting it dry, which should have taken about 15 minutes, give it about 15 minutes to dry. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up our 12 round brush. Now this is the brush that's going to really do the magic here. Remember, pandas are round, so they have round bodies, they have round heads, and they have really kind of like round, kind of stubby extremities, arms and legs, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take up our brush. We're going to be starting with black next. So see our black color here? Get your 12 round. You want to pull some of that in here and those bristles. And then we get ready to become our magicians. All right, let's go. So we're going to start with the body first. Now, somewhat of a rule of thumb with colors, with painting, is it's best to start with, you want to start best from back to front. So back to front meaning the background, our background color, and then the foreground. So if you think about a panda, you have the body and then the head sits on top of the body. So if the head sits on top, that's on the front. If you think about the body, it's in the back. So if we're working from back to front, we're going to want to start with the body first, and the arms and the legs, and then we're going to add the head, which is typically the panda's head is white. Okay, so we're going to start with our body, and we're going to get our first shape. So now, where we're going to begin the body is somewhat in the middle of the canvas here. So if you look at the canvas, you can have your guardians or your parents help you out to kind of find the middle of your canvas. That's going to be our guideline of where we're going to begin creating Panda. Okay, so we're going to take our brush. Now, if you don't have this round brush, trust me, it is okay. You can make it work. You're going to make it work. It's going to work really well for you. All right, so get that black here. We're going to start just on the middle, and we're going to start with an oval shape. Kind of like big at the top. And round at the, and more kind of smaller at the bottom, see? Like that. And what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna completely cover this in. Now, if your round brush is really small, then you can feel free to use your big flat brush. Okay, but we're going to continue working and filling in the body. Like that. Now remember, Panda has arms and legs, right? So we're going to add 2 arms and 2 little legs. So now we're going to start our left arm first. Let me move you up just a little bit here, like that. Now, so we have our left arm. The left arm, think of the arm like little Dots candies. If you think about Dots candies, or if you think about little kind of like gumdrops, we have little shapes like this. They're shaped like that. Make that shape. And then we're gonna fill it in like that. That's arm number 1. And the same thing for arm number 2. We're gonna fill that in. All right. Now we're going to start with the legs. Now both legs are going to be about here. Okay, so now they're like bigger circles. So we're going to take, well, not bigger circles, but you know, just like a circular shape about here. Okay. And then the next one. And then we just fill that in like that. Okay. So we have Panda's arms and legs together. And then we're going to just let that dry just a tad. Okay. Now what I'm doing is something you don't have to do, but what I'm doing is I'm filling in any spots where the orange is showing. This is something you don't need to do, and it's okay if you do, but it's not necessary. Okay, so with this, we're gonna let this dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna add in our head. Panda has a really, really nice round head. So we're gonna get that head shape in there, and then we're gonna continue working through it, all right? Let's let this dry. If you have a blow dryer, it would be a great time to get it popping. Ready? All right, now we're back. Okay, so now with this black and our round brush, we're gonna rinse this out. Okay. And then of course get the excess water out of the bristles. Now, we're going to pick up our white. So we have to get a little bit of white on our round brush. Now it's time for the head. Now, Panda has a really big head, so we have to really make sure that we have this together. Because, you know, pandas with a small head is not a good panda. We want a panda with a nice, round, big head. So, we're going to get some white. And we're going to take our brush and we're going to start making our panda head like that. Okay. And you can fill this in. Now with this white, you might want to have to go over it again because you might be able to see a little bit of the body beneath the head, right? You can see some of that black here right beneath the white. If you want to change that up, if you want to cover that all completely, then what we do is we're going to wait for that to dry and we can go over it again. But I understand you're in a rush. I'm in a rush too. I want Panda to come out. We want to use our tools to really, really bring Panda, make her real, okay? Well, Panda is real, but we want to bring her out here, okay? So we're going to do that. Now, if you think about pandas have like a white spot on their tummies. They have a really big white circle along their stomachs. So we're going to get some more white. We're going to leave just a little space from the head. We're going to start our tummies. Just like that. Okay. Look at that already. Look at this. You see? Look, Panda's coming up. We already almost done, man. And I'm telling you, you're going to be extremely excited when it comes to life. All right. So now we're going to let this dry for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add in some more details, and then we'll be done. Let's get that blow dryer. Okay. So Now we're gonna get that white out of those bristles. Again, and you're gonna swirl your brush in your water clockwise. Kind of scrub the bottom a little bit. All right, look at there. Remember, get the excess water out of the bristles. All right, so now we're gonna get into our black again. Now, same thing, round brush, get the tips of the bristles a little black, and then we're going to start with the eyes. Okay, so we'll make our first eye, a little circle here. And then another. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Really, really coming out. Now, the nose. The nose is kind of like an upside down triangle. Think about that. Somewhat like an upside down triangle, see? Like that. And then we're gonna make the panda mouth. Alright, using just the very, very tip of the bristles. I'm gonna give Panda just a little teddy bear smile like that. Okay. Now let's work on these ears. Reload your brush again, of course. Now the ears are kind of off to the side. They're not up at the top like teddy bears, but they're kind of off to the side like that. So you're gonna take your brush again. Like that. You're gonna fill that in. If your black touches some of your white, that's okay. That is A-okay. Alright. Fill this in. We're getting closer, guys. You see this? Do you see this? Y'all see this? I know you guys are impressed with your own work. You need to be impressed. This is magic right here. Look at this. And then after this, we have just 2 more steps. We have to make the eyeballs, the actual eyeballs. And then your panda is going to jump off your canvas and say hi to y'all. But first, let's do some drawing. We got the magic gun. All right, back guys. Now, we're gonna do the same thing. Rinse that black out of the bristles. Okay. Wipe the excess paint out of your round brushes. Now we're gonna get some white. We're back in the white, okay? Reload that. Reload that brush. And we're gonna make the whites of his eyes, or the whites of Panda's eyes, because your panda might be a girl. Sounds like my panda's a girl too, so. We're gonna just get some white in the bristles, and we're gonna make a smaller circle. That's the white of the eyes. Okay. Now, in this case, now you see how you can still see some of the black beneath your white? So just like when we were doing the white for the head and then for the stomach, we may have to apply more than one layer. And that's what that term means when you might hear artists use the term layer. That means just another level or just another application of paint. So we're going to need another layer of white. So what we would let this dry, of course, as you know, and then we would come back over this again with the same color. And then you'll notice how much stronger it is. So let's do that. let's let this dry, speed up the drying. If you want to use a blow dryer, whatever you want to use, whatever kind of magic gun you have to dry this thing off, go right on ahead and do that. But we have to get this done, so let's get ready. Okay, we're back. Now, reload, and we're gonna go right back in. Reload, go right back in. Now, we're gonna rinse this off and let it dry. Okay, so now that this is dry, we're gonna work in a couple more details and then we're done. So now we're gonna add the pupil of the eye. You know, the pupil, the really dark hole in everyone's eye, that's gonna be the next step. So we're gonna get some black again, lower the tip of the brush. Now for this one, we wanna make sure that the pupil is smaller than the white of the eye. So what's most important here is that the less pressure that you apply to your brush, the better you're going to have with having that little pupil. If you press too hard, it's going to cover the white, but you want to press very, very gently. You can use even the closest to the tip point of your brush. That's going to really, really get that detail really secure. Okay, so get your brush, make a really small circle like that. Look at that. Uh-oh. It's coming to life. You see the canvas moving? You see it? No? No, you don't see it? Oh, well, maybe I'm tripping, but I thought it was alive for a second. Okay, let's do the second one. Same rule. Light pressure. Yo, I really think Panda's coming alive. Panda looks like he's scared, or she's scared. Woo! It looks like somebody surprised her. Yikes! Okay, we gotta really, really finish making these details in there. Yeah, we gotta keep going. So we're almost there. All right. So after this, we're gonna add just a little bit of light reflection in the eye. And then we're gonna have a word with Panda. But first, let's let this dry just for a hot second. All right, back. Now, final step. Final step. We're gonna get some white again. We're gonna make the reflection of light in Panda's eyes. Okay, so let's lower just a little bit of that brush on the tip of the bristles like this. And then, remember, we're gonna need a very, very light amount of pressure. Even less pressure than we did for the pupil. I'm gonna take that white and just on the corner of the eye, and do a little half circle. See there? I'm gonna cover some of that black. I'm gonna do another one on the left eye. On the left eye here. Alright. And then we're gonna do another on the bottom corner of each eye. Now it has to dry some. You see how some of that black is showing? Let's let that dry and then we're gonna come back. Okay, so we're gonna come back in and we're gonna make sure you cover those little bits of black that are showing beneath the white. Be very, very careful. You wanna make sure that Panda's eyes, the light reflections are really, really good.
No!
Wait a minute, do you hear something? Wait a minute, wait, I know I'm not tripping. You hear something?
You can't win that easily.
It's Panda, no?
Fine,
Panda.
I'm coming.
Hold on. Guys, good job on this work. You did an amazing job helping me to get Panda up out of that painting and bring her to life. We have a conversation, okay? So I'll get back to you guys in a second. Panda, I need to speak to you. I
apologize.
Uh-huh.
You win.
I know I win.
Well, I'm Panda, and I've known Jay for as long as I can remember. But he didn't call me in such a long time, and I got upset.
What? You could have just said, hey, I haven't spoken to you in a while. I miss you. Let's talk. But you said a not so kind word, and you threw off my house guests. And we were in the middle of a tour, and I was showing them around. I didn't even get a chance to show them all the rooms and all the spaces we're going to be in because of you being upset. But I understand. Next time, just use your words and communicate clearly, and just speak what's in your heart, okay?
Well, I guess you're right. Next time I'll just ask you, and I'll tell you how I feel. Anyway, nice meeting all of you. Ta-ta for now.
See ya. Okay. Well, this house tour didn't go as well as I planned, but we have another day. I know you guys are a little tired from painting, so let's wrap it up for tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna come back and finish. How's that? Good? Okay. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I know that was a very interesting turn of events, but you guys did amazing. I love your art, and I'm excited for you to continue on in the PaintHouse. We have so many tutorials and techniques and adventures to go on. So, upstairs we go. All right. I'm actually sleeping, guys. And, it's been great. It's been real. But until next time, I'm Jay. It's the Painted Fools PaintHouse, and I'll see you around. Ta-ta for now.